Hello everyone, it's TB again, back with an answer to another frequently asked question that I get. This time, this one is about yoga and stretching and why I do so much of it. First, let me say I absolutely do love yoga. I am an aspiring yogini, which is basically a person that subscribes to the yoga philosophy. So for me, practicing yoga actually isn't about stretching and flexibility at all, and is more of a spiritual practice. I have found a way to incorporate that into my training because yoga, and one of its main goals, is to help generate the connection between your mind and body. And the side effect of that is increased and heightened body awareness. What athlete would not benefit from an increased level of body awareness? So yeah, yoga practice for me is more of a meditation in movement, like a moving meditation. I do it as a spiritual practice because I believe in most of the tenets that yoga teaches. But I have found ways to incorporate it into my training, into my, physical, practice of being an elite athlete. That's not to say that yoga and stretching aren't similar, and there are also so many different types of yoga that can address all your physical needs as well. So stretching. Yes, you can use yoga to stretch, but you can also just stretch without it being considered yoga. One thing young athletes do that they should not do is static stretching before a workout. What is static stretching? Static stretching, tongue-tied. Static stretching is when you hold a stretch for a long period of time. The reason you shouldn't do this before a workout is, twofold. One, your muscles are cold, and holding on and stretching a cold muscle is very risky because it's less pliable, which means that it could tear if you are, pushing it past this limit or past the place where it's ready to go. And two, you don't want your muscles lengthened that way, especially if you are a sprinter or a jumper or in an explosive event. You don't want elongated muscle fibers. That's not helpful for you. So what you should do is utilize dynamic stretching, which means you hold a stretch for a couple seconds, you move a bit, you return to that stretch, you hold it for a few more seconds, move a bit, and you repeat the process. And over that process, you'll start to feel the muscle warm up. But that also should not be completed until after you're at least halfway through your warm-up. Because again, stretching cold muscles, either through dynamic stretching or static stretching, is pointless and dangerous. That's not to say that there isn't a time and a place for static stretching. I like to do static stretching at night, in the evenings, at home, like homework, kind of just to bring the body down and unwind. I don't know about you, but my training days are long, they're intense, and sometimes I have a hard time unwinding from the day. I could be sitting on the couch, trying to watch Netflix, and I'm just twitchy and fidgety. In those cases, when I'm like that, the best cure for me is to come in and stretch, do static stretching, or what's called restorative yoga. Restorative yoga is a yoga in which you hold the poses for a lot longer and you use a lot of props. You're not working as hard, and it's just about breathing and letting gravity just melt the tension out of your muscles, and it's so pleasant and so lovely. That's for the evening. I would not do that before a workout. I would not do that before a meet. So we talked about 3 different ways to treat your body. We've got a yoga practice, which is all around goodness. I use it as a spiritual practice, but you can use it as a workout. There's so many different types of yoga. It literally can fulfill whatever you're looking for. Then there's dynamic stretching, and then there's static stretching. Dynamic stretching is the only stretching you should be doing during your warm-up and workout. Static stretching can only and should only be done post-workout or in the evening before bed. Make sense? The body is a machine, and it operates like on a schedule, this biological clock we have, and there's a time and place for fueling up and hydrating, and the same is true for stretching and making sure you keep your muscles healthy so that they can recover and do the things that you need them to do. Because this is hard. Training is difficult. We beat our bodies up, and we sometimes don't sleep well or recover well or eat well, and then we're back at it again the next day. And this is just another way to make sure we're taking care of ourselves so that we can continue with the fight. So, I look forward to seeing you June 24th for Ask TV Live, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check your email for your special invite on Monday. And if you have not yet submitted a question in order to receive your invite, please do so. See you there.